Well, I am here with Chris Disbrow, and it's called Lifetime Exteriors.
Yes.
That's the name of your company.
Yes, sir.
So first of all, what is that? Tell me about it.
Lifetime Exteriors is a general construction company approaching 10 years in business. We focus primarily on the exterior of residence and commercial buildings, focusing on siding, windows, roofing, decking, painting, and construction defect repair.
And see, one of the things that I was wondering as we walked by the booth is I thought, well, what does that mean? Because I thought instantly of like siding. That was what I thought, but you really did, you jump into a whole lot of other stuff.
Well, siding is the pretty part that everybody gets to see, but the building envelope underneath it, the paper and the flashing components, is really what protects your home from the elements. And the construction defect repair is essentially large areas of homes that have been built either using improperly constructed materials or even good materials installed improperly, can allow water to get behind the paper and over time will cause significant damage to the sheathing and even the framing of your home.
All right, well then, so again, in my mind, I was thinking, well, defects, is that because they're really super old buildings? But that's not, I mean, you'll deal with that, but that's not necessarily the case then, is it?
No, in fact, most of the older buildings don't have the defects. They're not very energy efficient,
Right.
Which allows moisture and air and water to pass through more freely. But in today's environment of building more energy efficient homes, it's almost watertight, not exactly, but that allows for the trapped stuff to hold in and cause all that damage. So in fact, the houses that were built over the last couple decades during the biggest booms are the ones that have the most problems in that market.
Well, you know, I could see, like, and I've had experiences in my different homes where I could see, well, that's clearly rotting, but there's really not a complete easy way to tell if there's a problem, is there?
There's no surefire telltale whale from the outside. Until you take the siding off, you don't really know what's underneath it. You might see a mushroom growing on your trim, you might see buckling walls, windows fogging, but really the first time that people discover that there's a problem is stained or soft windowsill. You go to clean it and your finger kind of sinks into it, or the trim is discolored. Your drywall may even be damp to the touch, or your carpet could be wet.
So then, really, what it sounded like to me is you got to pay attention to your home, right? And make sure things aren't. And then if you do see something that looks a little off, they can call you.
Absolutely. If you give us a call, we'll have somebody come out and take a look at it. There is statutes of limitations. If your home is newer than 10 years in Oregon and 6 years in Washington, we actually deal with a few different attorney firms and building consultants that can help find monies from builders' insurance if they're fit into those parameters.
And so that's why if you go into a neighborhood, you might not see that there's anything off in that neighborhood, but you would still want to maybe, you know, have an inspection done to make sure that things are good for you.
Absolutely. You know, unfortunately, some builders are more culpable than others. We won't talk about them.
We shall not.
But there are telltale signs for us that are more readily discernible than an average homeowner. But yes, paying attention, having an annual maintenance program to check out all that stuff to make sure that nothing's sneaking up on you, that you'll catch it in time.
Well, there you have it. You know, the biggest investment most of us will ever get involved with is our homes. So, you know, when you come out here to the Home and Garden Show, find this booth. What booth number are you at?
432.
And talk to them about your biggest investment. Thank you so much, Chris.
Thank you.